What is going on, y'all? It's your boy Kyle Summers, your licensed bro therapist. I'm the bro, and I just happen to be a licensed mental health professional as well. This video is going to be for you parents of those Gen Z kids. You know, those kids that right now could be consuming content where other kids are eating Tide Pods, or they're flipping pennies in a light socket, just wondering what's going to happen. And they're doing it all for the clicks, for the views. Because guess what? Your kiddo has grown up in a world in which clicks, views, and being noticed matters a lot more than you did. And you've probably been frustrated about 300 million times about the amount of screen time your child consumes. And you've probably employed punishment. You've probably gone to such lengths as to restricting the content on YouTube, trying to control their friends and who watches what, because you're so concerned with them being exposed to something that's going to result in them having a lifetime of crime and, debauchery. Guess what? It's not going to work. The more opposition you show to your child for what it is that they watch, the more it's going to divide the two of y'all. And when it really matters most, guess what? They're not going to come to you. So stick around, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to give you parents some helpful tips, all right? If you're new to my channel, whether you're Gen Z or you're a parent of a Gen Z, hey, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and mean the world to me. All I try to do is provide weekly content, trying to help you with any kind of mental health related thing in a more educational, entertaining fashion, because one, I'm probably not the greatest at entertaining, and I'm probably not the greatest at educating, but if I combine the two, maybe I can make an impact in your life. It's been a couple years since the Tide Pod challenge, and now a new challenge that is since come up is putting a penny in a socket with a plug that's plugged in to see what happens. And the resulting action is a spark, potential fire, and a complete breakdown of the electrical system in that house. Like, that's an actual challenge happening right now on TikTok. And to parents, it just seems ridiculous. Like, oh no, of course my child wouldn't do that. And even the child that's doing it knows it's flipping stupid to do it. But guess what? They grew up in a world of clicks and views, being seen. It matters to them. They envy influencers. They are influenced regularly by the content that they consume, whether it's from a gaming channel, a makeup channel, a travel channel, or a channel where they just vlog and just go about their daily life. And a fucking dog. Sorry about that. My dog was scratching at the door. I'm trying to make a video. Anyhow, so these kids have grown up in a world where that matters to them. You telling them that it is stupid and that is not allowed and that is against your family values, guess what? Is not going to work. Okay? Just think about when you were growing up. Think about the things that your parents told you that they didn't approve of. And then when you figure out those things that they didn't approve of, ask yourself, did you stop doing it? For me, I remember my parents telling me that The Simpsons was horrible trash and I shouldn't watch it. I still watched it. Mortal Kombat, way too violent. I still played it. And you telling your child or trying to put them in a bubble away from some of this content is not going to work. All it's going to do is further divide you and your child from connecting. So can you control the content? Yes, to an extent though. To an extent, because whenever they're not home, which is the majority of the day, they're around their friends, they're at school, they're in extracurricular activities, guess what? They're going to be exposed to it. So you can only control so much. So what you have to do is connect with them on it. Show interest in what they're interested in. If swallowed, call a poison control center or doctor immediately. Do not induce vomiting. Okay. Just making some mental notes for when this goes down. Even if you're truly not interested, Because you don't have to be interested in the actual content. You just have to be interested in what your child is interested in. And if you did not hear that clearly, rewind the flipping video and watch it again. You don't have to be interested in what they're interested in. You just have to be interested in them. There's so many factors that go into that. When you connect with your child on something that they're interested in, your bond with them becomes closer. They feel respected, they feel valued, and they feel understood. Now, in that same breath, you don't have to condone it, but you can ease in some parenting and have a dialogue and a discussion about the content that they're watching when they believe that you are genuinely interested in what they're interested in. But it can't be just blindly, I disapprove, and you take their phone or you delete their page or whatever it is that your dumb adult brain is going to think of. Connect with them. Because in addition to them feeling those things when you're connecting with them, sometimes when you are showing interest, genuine interest in something that your child is interested in, they kind of lose interest in it. It's a crazy phenomenon, but it happens. Part of the things that children love is that it is different, it is unique, it's their own thing. It's not their parents' thing, it's not their siblings' thing, it is their thing. Once you show interest in it, guess what? They'll just naturally go in a different direction oftentimes. So that's something that can just happen by proxy. In addition to that, the long-term benefits of you showing general interest in what your child is interested in is that when it really matters the most and they have something on their mind, guess who they're going to come to? You. Because they have a wealth of evidence that says that their parent is not going to judge them for the kind of things that they're interested in. Their parent is not going to criticize them for being interested in stupid TikTok videos or YouTube videos where people are doing potentially dangerous things, or just random influencers that somehow or another influence them to want to buy everything. They have felt that throughout this time in their life, and so when they're struggling with something, or something's happening at school, or something's happening with them, they're struggling with anxiety, depression, whatever the case may be, their own sexuality, they're going to come to you. Parent the child you have, not the one you want. Parent the child you have, not the one you want. And parents, I get it. Parenting is freaking hard. Like I said, I have an 11-year-old and I'm constantly just trying to figure shit out, and you have to be smart about it. You have to be smart, especially with this generation, because it is very different than the generation that you grew up in, and your children's generation will be vastly different than what they grew up in, and that just kind of happens. And you're going to have to find a way to connect with them in a way that you can convey the kind of parenting that they need to protect them, but in a way that it doesn't further push y'all away. So anyhow, guys, I hope you found that helpful. My name's Kyle Summers, your bro therapist. Have yourself a great day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.